Welcome to 2022. It's here, and I'm so excited to do this reading today. I have shuffled, asked the cards what we need to know right now about 2022. I am your host, Jan of jandushen.com, Akashic Swan Guidance. We do have a new moon happening on the 2nd of January, so another reminder about the two. It's all about connection, separation, division, and bringing together, connecting on many, many levels. And I'm sure you'll hear more about this as we go through the process. So let's see what the first card is. Light. This is one of the tool cards. Haven't seen this one in a while, but here it is to remind us 2022 is about bringing in the light. As we activate the light and begin to bring more and more energy or open ourselves up to receiving shifts. Light means shining light in dark places, seeing things in new ways. So with this crystal here that is bringing the light in or reminding us to step into the light, it's a double terminated crystal, so it's got a point on each side, so it allows the energy to pull down from the universe into us, connect us into the ground, to earth, to birth this energy within us. Again, it's about choice, right? Free will. How much light are we going to let in? Are we drawing the curtains back? Are we opening the windows? Are we looking at potential? Are we allowing the light in? This seems to be a really key part of this, letting the light in, allowing ourselves to activate the crystalline energies that are available to us within ourselves. Interesting. So now we have a number. So we're moving from the light, the activation, to the number 7. Very powerful. January is actually a universal 7 month because 2022 is the 6th universal year. So with the 1 of January, we're given a 7. So we really are needing to focus on how we're using the light. The 7 represents the lightning strike, which again is the energy of light coming in, allowing us to see how the past has influenced our behaviors. So we look to the past or our realizations to make choices about the future. In this moment, how do we let the light in, right? Who let the light in? Who will let the light in? How will you let the light in? And so this is this wisdom that's available to you now, is to be able to see more clearly and allow yourself to truly be in the wisdom, in the flow of receiving and knowing what you didn't know, knowing it's okay to be wrong, it's okay to change your mind, it's okay to find another way, to let go of the old way of doing things. However safe they have seemed, however necessary they have been, to move into this next level of your initiation into this path of devotion that we are drawing into the time we're in. We are being called to devote ourselves to what is true for us. So you got to think about what that is for you. And the third and final card, interesting, showed up upside down. But then the interesting thing about 1 is you can look at it from every angle and it's still the same thing. It's still that rod of connection, connecting us from cosmos, through our being, through our spine, into the earth. So it's reminding us of our individuality, our initiation. What are we initiating? What are we focusing on? What do we want to bring in? It is so important to remember the individual. So many people talk about forgetting your individuality in order to become part of the collective. Do your part, show up, do what everybody wants you to do. And that has actually been the energy, the belief, the kind of conditioning that has stopped us from truly getting over trauma and our belief systems and our energy of suffering and having a difficult time is because while we have had needs and we have desires and we have wants, we don't really know how to articulate them in a way that allows us to be who we are, express what we want to express without feeling, wrong or guilty or some of those things that we tend to have, whatever our story is around what we've experienced as what we allow to do, how we can embrace who we are. If we are somebody that has kind of been a pioneer and gone our own way, we can often feel disconnected, like other people don't understand us. Uh, um, we can feel disassociated from others. So how do we find that connection with the divine, with the cosmos, with ourselves, and plant ourselves in the earth in a way that allows us to be who we are, whether we are a pioneer or somebody that's kind of lagged at the back? It doesn't matter, right? The point is, how do we use this to truly step in and go, yes, I'm here, and this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm going to focus, lead, innovate, get to that place where I'm expressing who I am and I'm feeling connected, like I don't have to move away. So many of us have had that experience during COVID, for instance, that people have different opinions about what we're supposed to do. And of course, the pandemic has made us kind of isolate, right? Be that one who is separate from others, and then cohabit with people, our families, all of those things that we may have struggled with, because intimacy is something we often do struggle with. And so there's that choice now that we are being given by this message of the cards to look at light in a whole new way, to receive the light, the knowing, the awareness, like, oh, maybe my opinion or my idea or my beliefs or my story isn't real. Maybe there's a different way, a different opinion I can bring in. And how can I use this light that I'm being given to kind of stand in that energy of being activated, having things illuminated. It's amazing how lightning, when it strikes, it just illuminates everything. We go, oh my God, I feel like something is being revealed to me, and I'm choosing to be both that innovator, that leader, that person who knows exactly what I want, or start to learn how to express it, or learn how to express my connection with others because I am good with expressing who I am. Now I want to develop those connections. I really want to be not separated and isolated, but in cohabitation, even though I have a different opinion. So when we look at the pandemic, what has that shown us? That we can be in isolation and angry, we can be with others and feel separation. But when we start to look at or allow the light in, allow things to be revealed to us, allow ourselves to see what we could change, then things begin to shift, because we're no longer requiring others to just perform in a certain way, but we're inviting them to share, and we're inviting ourselves to share, so that we can truly come to agreement that we can cohabit and be respectful and gentle and loving to each other, even if we have differences. And in fact, that is where we become truly empowered and enlightened. We are filled with light when we realize that others do not need to behave the way we want them to. Instead, we have to get better at making the connections in a much more real way, right? Where we're being true to our emotions and ourselves, that we're not vomiting over others and we're not stifling our voices. So, wishing you an amazing 2022. I hope that makes sense to you. If you have questions, it doesn't make sense to you, just let me know in the comments. I'm going to pull one final card just to get us set for this week and the new moon. What else can we know? What can we kind of step into today, this week, whenever you're listening to this? And the card is the 13. So I'm very excited that it's the Soul Portal 13. So we have just seen the levels or the numbers, very straightforward. The tool, the thing that helps us move through our challenges, our confusion, our disconnection, which in this case is the light. And I'm also intrigued by the idea that the colors are present in the 13. So we have the purple, we have two reds, very much that energy of activation, of, you know, cleansing the blood, coming to the truth of the thing, just being passionate, but not trying to overtake others, but be passionate and clear in our own truth. And that royal purple, right? The divinity of being ourselves. And in the 13 here, we have not only the number 13, which is very empowering because it invites our genius, it speaks to the idea of death, right? The ending of who we think we are and the emergence of the new thing. And here we have all of those colors I've mentioned, but also the activity, the motion of the pearls and these mythical creatures that are here to help us move into deeper awareness, right? This is not what we see, is not all there is, right? And this is really what this card is speaking to. The pearls of wisdom that come through the playful action of the phoenix rising, the unicorn, the dragon, all of these things, this changing, shifting world of how we see ourselves and how we immerse ourselves in the liquid of life. The 13 also is a 4. 1 plus 3 is 4, and 22 is a 4. 2 and 2 is 4. So this allows us mastery over our own redemption, which is the death of the old and the emergence of the new. So what we're being invited to reflect on and allow in this week is how we can be playful and joyful with the pearl, like allowing the pearl to immerse as we splatter and play around with the mythicness inside of us, the essence of being in joy with what's available beyond what we see, like in the liminal, and we step in and we play and we move the water, and we, through our play, through our curiosity, through our joy of being alive, we are here. The pearls begin to rise and become part of who we are. So we reveal, or the pearl lessons within us is revealed. The truth of who we are is revealed to us if we take the time to be playful and allowing, instead of trying to control and be, you know, practical and very reasonable. Use your imagination, allow yourself to be in play with your week, your life, your truth. This is the most wonderful way that we can connect to the light. Wishing you an amazing week too. And I will definitely see you next week. I am going to be doing some sharing about the 2022. You can look below. I'll leave a link in the next few days to get some of my videos about 2022. I'll see you soon.